days will come when you don't have the strength, when all you hear is you're not worth anything.
Hi, my name is Fran, and my story starts when I was very young. My family bullied and abused physically and mentally. I was the middle child, and my older sister was considered the beautiful one. My brother was the smart one. My little sister was the spoiled one, and I was the ugly duckling. I always felt very alone and rejected by my mom. My dad was there, but he wasn't there, and my mom was the primary, and she never protected me from my siblings that would call me names. My sister would hit me in my ribs because I was very thin and they stuck out so much, and she didn't like the way they looked, so she would hit me in my ribs to try to make them go back in. And she would hit me in the face and punch me in the nose because my nose was too big. And I was always called the little witch because my nose looked like a witch's nose. And I was rejected and felt rejected by my family, and never beautiful enough, never smart enough. And I was alone. I started cutting at the age of 12 because I had so much pain within me because no one wanted me. No one wanted to love me. And I didn't want to feel that pain anymore. So the cutting took that pain away so I wouldn't feel it in my heart, and I could cope every day not to feel pain. I was bullied at school because I wore thick, ugly glasses. I had buck teeth. So I was always hit and always alone because no one wanted to be around me. I never got new clothes from my family. I always had used clothes, so I was made fun of a lot at school. As time went on, I just always felt alone, and I felt so dejected and so rejected and had no love and felt unloved and unworthy. And with each cut, I could not feel the pain anymore. And as I grew older, I tried everything to be beautiful. Just different makeup and different hairstyles and everything to try to feel like I was beautiful. And each time I was always rejected by people. So at the age of, I was close to 17, I met a boy in school, and I thought that he had liked me. And we had gone to a party, and he sexually assaulted me. When my mom found out, she blamed me for being sexually assaulted and made me feel ugly. And again, I was alone and rejected because I caused it. He didn't cause it, but I caused it. And my cutting went into overdrive. I cut in different parts of my body, mainly where people couldn't see it, and I hid it. No one ever saw it, and if they ever did see a cut, I could lie about it and make up a story of how I got that cut so no one would know. And I was ashamed of cutting, but it made me feel no pain because I felt the pain in the cut. And I became very promiscuous after that, because I wasn't going to allow anybody to hurt me, and I was going to get them before they got me. And I was never going to let that person or that man hurt me ever again. So I became very sexually active. And every time I was with somebody, the pain would just come back again, and dealing with the shame and the ugliness and the alone. So the cut would take all my pain away, and I didn't have to feel it in my heart. I got married early at the age of 17, 18, had my son. And I got married so early because I didn't want to be home anymore, and it was my way to get out. It was my way to go away. And I didn't have to deal with everything that was at home, because I was still trying to be a beautiful girl, and I knew I was not. I knew I was ugly, because they told me I was ugly and that I was the witch. That marriage didn't work out, and I divorced him. And at the age of 20, I entered the police academy, thinking that I could become a strong woman by being a police officer, a female police officer. And I loved it. And I did gain some strength in that. And it was easy to find men who could give me a little bit of attention. So to feel strong, to feel powerful, to be able to use them to hide my pain. But each time I still cut, because I still felt ugly, and I still felt alone and rejected. I married again, and it didn't work out again. He didn't give me the attention or the love, and I felt used and alone again and rejected. And I continued to cut. And then my third husband came along. And I thought, oh my God, this man, this beautiful man completely loved me. And I thought I was safe. And completely, totally, for the first time, someone loved me and thought I was beautiful. For a long time, he made me feel that way. And I didn't cut for a little while. And I was still an officer. And I was in a high position in the small department I worked for. And then I found out that he was having an emotional affair. And I just broke. And my heart just broke. And I cracked in a way that I devastated myself, as I thought. And I started cutting again. And we ended up moving to Austin for his career, and I ended up giving up my career because I wanted to make him happy. I wasn't happy, but I wanted to make him happy. And I became very controlling because I didn't want to lose him. I didn't want to feel rejected again. I didn't want to feel alone again. I didn't want to feel ugly again, because that's what I was all my life. I continued to cut throughout the marriage, and when we moved to Austin, it became more frequent again, because he just stopped loving me, and I stopped loving myself. And I lost myself to him. And in 2019, he came home and he told me he wanted a divorce. And he told me I was ugly, told me I was unwanted and never will be wanted again, no one would want me because I was one of the ugliest people in the world that no one would want to ever be with me. And my cutting went into overdrive. And I was 51 years old. And I thought, who's going to want this? Who will ever want this again? He never knew I cut. For 17 years, he didn't know I cut. Till one day he discovered my cuts because I was bleeding too much down on my legs. And I never told him because I knew what he would tell me and I knew what he would say. And he did. The exact words I knew that would come out of his mouth did come out of his mouth. And at work, I had retired from being a police officer, so I joined another department and I was a supervisor. And I found the number to the woman that he had met and had been having an affair with. And I did something wrong and I became underneath an investigation. And I was told. And I wanted to go home and just cut until I bled out, and I wanted him to discover me. I wanted him to be the one to discover me. I wanted him to see what he had done to me. But I didn't, because on the way home, I had heard a song by King and Country called God Only Knows. And that song saved my life. Because had I not heard it, I would have cut until I was gone. I got suspended and for 5 days, and that was it. I still continued to cut every day just to deal with the pain because I didn't want to feel the pain. I didn't want to feel the pain anymore. And that was the only way that I didn't want to feel pain. We ended up divorced. And in that time, during that time, my mom passed away. I couldn't see her to say goodbye because my sister wouldn't allow it. So I had to say goodbye to her via Skype. And she asked for my forgiveness for everything she had done to me as a child. And I gave it to her. We ended up divorcing. And after the divorce, my house caught on fire. And I lost everything. And he left completely. And he got married a month after the fire. And I was left all alone again to clean everything up and to rebuild the house. And I was still cutting, but I started going to therapy again. And I met a wonderful therapist, and she has been my rock to get me through all of this. My wonderful friends, my family, and so many new people that I have met that have been there for me. And during this time of the remodel, I realized that not only was I rebuilding a home, but I was rebuilding myself. I don't cut, and I haven't cut in a little while, about 5 months. I haven't cut. My house is almost done, and I'm almost there. I've been dating again, and it's been up and down. But I learned and I found me through all of this, I found me. And as I realize I am by myself, I'm not alone. I'm by myself because I'm never alone. All I have to do is look up and know that I'm not alone. And I carry my scars with me each and every day. And my scars they aren't me. They are part of me, and they don't define me. I define myself, and I'm strong, and I am beautiful. I am beautiful, and this is me.
When all you hear is you're not worth anything, wondering if you ever could be loved. And if they truly saw your heart, they'd see too much. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You were made for so much more than all of this. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You are treasured, you are sacred, you are